Hello, students. Hello, everybody. Hello, humans, masters of the universe. Hello, future writers and producers and videographers. I'm so glad that you're back here with me in this video podcast that have been created especially for you, the students in the area of communication, media, and the art. So I'm glad that you're here with me. Today we have an awesome guest, very special, dear to me because he was my boss in HBO Latin American Group in Sony Entertainment. He's a very busy man, but he took the time to come and spend some time with us today. He's the vice president, corporate vice president of HBO networks in Latin America, Mr. Gustavo Grossman. He's right here, ready to go. So follow me and let's go to start from Suarez Basement right now. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. So, well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. It's a pleasure to have you in our video podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me, Kiko. Nice.
No, thank you. Thank you. You and I, we go way back.
Don't start. Stop right there.
My goodness, a long time ago. But well, we still in contact, which is the important part. And I'm very happy that my students are going to have the chance to have this little window to talk to you through this conversation. So that's really, really cool. So thank you so much for being here. So Gustavo, first, how are you doing? How is your family? How is everybody at home?
Well, everybody's well. Thank you for asking. In these particular quarantine days that how long has been? Almost 30 days already. But I mean, everybody's safe, which is important. And what I will say, the discover that we have during this quarantine is that everybody can do their task in a different place of the house. Sometimes I feel like this is like a we work space because I said I need the office for a while. No, I'm losing it this afternoon. So it has been a quite challenge, but thanks God everybody's safe and everybody's happy.
Fantastic. So, of course, things are changing and things are going to change. So, the whole goal of those video podcasts is for all those students in the communication, media, and the arts that want to learn and want to have this opportunity to learn through these video podcasts and keep engaged in their careers. So, how HBO Latin America, how your work is been changing with this crisis of the coronavirus?
Well, has been quite a change. Let me tell you this. Remember that we were based in Caracas, Venezuela, a long time ago, and during the past, I would say 3 to 4 years, we have a very difficult times there. So we really rehearse this working from home environment, because we couldn't go to the office because of the marches and everything. So we were kind of used to the work for home. But I mean, at the end, we have already almost 3 weeks doing this from home. We always been way in advance in order to be ahead in the master control. So when the quarantine began, we already have about 3 weeks ahead in programming, on-air promos and everything. It is the way we work on a daily basis. And what we have done in these 2 days is advance to the next month. So we already have May already done in the on-air part, in the programming, in the media planning. And we are just waiting to see when we're going to hit back to our different offices and do our work from there. We've been trained to this, and thanks God it worked out.
It is working. It is working.
Yeah, it is.
So, it is any production stop at this point? I mean, if you have any original programming that you're producing, are you able to do it at this point, or basically everything have been put in pause?
No. The original programming that we will premiering this year is already in the final stage of post-production. And the next one are in the initial states of, reading and choosing the cast, finalizing the episodes, writing, in the pre-production stage. and it's been, in some cases stalled, in some cases stopped. But we don't have that enormous production in
Right.
Latin America, so we could handle it.
It is interesting because okay, so that means that you were lucky to have all your production done for this year is already in the can, and
Yeah.
then you're working in the pre-production, which you can do it from home
Yeah.
before hopefully in some point we will go back
Yes,
to normal.
that's right.
How much is original content in Latin America for HBO in compared with? Of course, you use a lot of HBO programming from the US, but what kind of programming are you originally producing at this point?
We produce from between 60 to 100 hours per year, what we call LOP, local original productions, and we focus our efforts in the fiction drama series. We have two talk shows, one in Brazil and one in Mexico, that goes on a weekly basis. And we produce in three different areas, mostly Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil. But our timeline of production or original productions, it's about between 60 to 100 hours per year that
Okay,
we produce. That doesn't mean that we air. We don't schedule it this 100 hours in the same year. So we produce and we put it in the next year. We have it in the can for the next year, and that is the dynamic,
right, right. So you're producing a year ahead, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, we get everything from HBO New York, all the series. So we do a day and date premiere in the territory. So we have plenty of content.
I teach script writing for television. It's one of my favorite things I teach because I'm able to read new content, and all these come from these brilliant minds of my students who sit down, give them the tools to how to write a good script, how to become a storytelling. But the truth is that the ideas come from them, right? And I always tell them they're living in the second golden era of television
That's right.
because it's so much in need of content that HBO Latin America, HBO New York, you name it, Hulu, Amazon,
Yeah, yeah.
is they're looking for content.
There is
Uh,
the time for producers.
yes, yes, and it's the time for creative. So, what are you looking for? Let's say that because our students are out there
Yeah.
writing and so I guess my point is not only what you're looking for, but what kind of advice you would give to these creative minds to concentrate in certain type of programming, or this is what HBO is looking now. What advice you would give to script writers?
I wouldn't say what HBO is looking now. The first advice that I will tell the students is you have to feel what you're gonna write. There's no rehearsal. There's no technique that you say, you know what, I'm gonna write a drama, I'm gonna write a comedy. No, you have to. You need to have the sense to tell the story. That is the first thing that every person who try to do something in this business needs to know. They need to tell the story that they feel, that they believe in it. The other one will be the discipline to write down and create the characters and everything. And today, particularly in this new environment of a lot of outlets to have content, you need everything: drama, comedy, fiction, biopics, scripted, not scripted. So there is room to everything. And what HBO or the new channels, let's say, of transmission are looking for, it is something that can be unique for them. And especially for us in HBO, Latin America. It has to be unique.
Mhm.
And when I mention the word unique, that I always talk in my press conference on the interview, is when you think about a content and you realize that this content cannot be seen in any free TV or in any basic cable network, that it has that ingredient that no one else could have it but HBO, is what we're looking. That's what we're looking
Right.
when we
Well, and that's
talk
what
to
HBO.
a uniqueness product
Right.
that can be owned by HBO and on exclusive mode in order to bring subscribers and retain subscribers.
Right. Right. And that's why HBO is known for.
It is,
Right.
and it's no different than the US and the Latin America.
Right.
We are the same brand. When
Right.
you go to our brand, you know that you're gonna find something good of quality to watch.
Of quality. But it's also true, I think it is interesting because we have this discussion with our students that because now we have these many options out there, that viewers, including myself and students, are becoming even more critical of what TV is, right?
Yeah.
Because the truth is there is so much options out there that if in the third episode you're not giving me what I want, I'm out. Because right.
The consumer is the one who has the control right now. And that is where we as a programmers, as a producers, as a creative people needs to understand. We are now working for the public, for the subscriber, for the one who can, turn off the streaming service when they want or watch it when they want, because they have the viewing control. Before, about 10 years ago, it was linear only. Now, the consumer is the one who has what we call the sartén in the man. They're handling the remote control and the finger. So now, and then you have to think about them when you are creating, when you are producing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And just to to close our conversation, of course, again, this is a video podcast created for my students. I do this because I love what I'm doing and I love my students very much. And I want to be sure that they keep engaged and they understand that just because we're going through this difficult time, that doesn't mean that it's not a bright future in the end of.
Always there's a bright future.
So it's not that I have changed when the time we worked together in HBO, but what are you looking in somebody who is graduating today? What is those qualifications that you feel like everybody who is coming out of a communication school or a broadcasting school should have in these days in order to at least to have that door open?
Passion of what you're doing or what you believe in. And I always try to look for the people that wants to share good values. Even you can see a show that doesn't show any values at all. I mean, if we increase the shows that transmit and offer values, it will. I believe the society will be different. But basically, what I look for people, for a new employee or something that I could advise, it is the passion, that believe in himself, that try to sell their ideas in a very honest way, and never have a price that changed the way you think. That for me will be the best advice that you could have. If believing what you do, and not letting everybody or other people to change your values. That will be the main asset for you as a person and as a professional. That is, what a joy that you wake up every morning and you say, Jesus, I gotta go teaching. I have to go to entertain. I'm gonna produce a film. I'm gonna write a series. That is something unique in order to make yourself happy, give you self-esteem and everything. So keep doing what you're doing, that you're doing great.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we are in touch and we will be able to go back and talk about maybe something else.
No, for sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.